with that series being knotted up 1-1, we gonna head over to the next series in the West, the night game last night. That's also now knotted up 1-1. Hold on, guys. I got this timer on here again. I gotta get this right. I gotta get it right. There we go. The Wolves versus the Nuggets. Timberwolves still a game in Denver, man. This was a good game, I must say. 119 to 114. Ant-Man and Julius Randle. I'm telling you, man. I think they watch RBO. I think they're watching. They're watching, dog. Julius Randle and Ant-Man stepped up to the plate. Ant-Man led the way, 30 points, 10 from 25 from the field, 10 rebounds, 2 assists, 24 points, 7 from 14 from the field for Julius Randle, 9 rebounds and 6 assists. Played a pretty well-rounded game, I must say. Then you had on the Denver side, you had Jokic. No, you had Jamal Murray lead the way for the Nuggets with 30 points, and you had Jokic follow him with 24 points, 15 rebounds, 8 assists, and Jamal Murray also had 7 rebounds, 7 assists. Jamal Murray did not hit 1 3 last game. Told y'all he was going to go off. He hit 6 threes this game, 6 from 14 from the three-point line, but that wasn't enough for the Nuggets to get a dub. The Nuggets, in my opinion, just didn't get enough from their guys. And they're home, if you ask me. Aaron Gordon, where were you at yesterday, bro? 8 points, 3 from 9 from the field, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, and you played 37 minutes out there, bro. You got to be a bigger factor out there. When a guy like Julius Randle is out there, you are their best defender for him. You have to step up to the plate and guard that man. He's out there manhandling these boys. Early on in the game, I thought Julius Randle and Ant-Man carried their team. They really were balling. Like, they really, like, early on in the game, I think they had all the points except for 6 points that came from Bones Highland off the bench. They really was carrying their team early on. And when the game started, Ant-Man hit a 3 to answer to Jamal Murray. That was a good sign automatically for the Timberwolves. Then following that, I think Randle hit 2 threes after that. Hit his first 3 shots. Excellent sign for the Timberwolves. My biggest thing for this game, I was nervous for the Timberwolves. I wasn't sure if the other guys were going to show up again. You know, in the past, a lot of times for the Timberwolves, that's the issue. The other guys just don't show up. And I kind of figured Ant-Man just needed more time out there to get his legs under him, to get back in basketball form. Like I said, he just got back from injury. Last game, he played 38 minutes. The first time he played over 30 minutes in over a month. So Ant-Man is a hooper. We know he's going to find his way, and that's what he did. He was a lot more aggressive going to the basket. And I know that's one thing I really want to see him do a lot more is attack the basket more, because with his size and athleticism and finishing ability, that's probably the best way he can control a game. Because once he's driving on you, got to give him space. And you saw what happened. He had that crazy step back. I think that was on Christian Brown. He had a crazy snatch back, step back in the corner because he's been driving, killing them so hard that you got to respect it. You got to respect it. So first game, him and Randle, they both shot 8 from 9 combined free throws from the field last game. They went 8 from 9 last game. This game, they went 15 from 19 from the free throw line. That shows that they were a lot more aggressive at just getting at the defense, using their physicality and their aggressiveness to dictate the game. And I think it was third quarter. And shout out to McDaniels, man. He came out strong in that third quarter, in my opinion. I think he got like the first 3 buckets for the Timberwolves. Came out really, really strong, just attacking. And they need that. Especially when you got 2 guys that are dogs, you need your other guys to be just as aggressive, Not saying jack, but attack. Put pressure on the defense. So I felt like Julius Randle and Ant-Man did a good job all game attacking and just finding the open guys. And then the other players were just moving the ball pretty well. When I look at the game, you see the teams loading up on Ant-Man. He's making the correct pass and they're swinging the ball, and guys are hitting threes. Guys really have been balling out for the Timberwolves. Let me give a shout out really quick to some other guys right quick. I want to give a shout out to Devo. Devo had 16 points. He shot 4 from 7 from 3, just like last game. Then I want to give a shout out to McDaniels. Like I said, he had a great third quarter. I think in the second half he had 10 points. We're only having 4 points in the first half. So that second half he gave them a big boost. Then when you check out the bench, big shout out to Naz Reid. I thought he was a no-show last game. 11 points this game, 4 from 9. But the biggest thing was his 9 rebounds. They need that. They need Naz Reid. You're not just a scorer. You're a big man. You got to play like that. You feel me? Also, I want to give a shout out to these 2 guards. The first guard is Ayo DeSumo. If you've seen my episode earlier in the year when I spoke on the trade deadline, I spoke on this trade. I said this guy was going to be just a match made in heaven for this team. He does a little bit of everything, man. 9 points, 4 from 8 from the field, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, all around game. He just balls, man. And I feel like him and Bones Highland gave them a big lift. Bones Highland, 13 points on 10 minutes, 4 from 5 from the field, 3 from 4 from 3, and he knocked down both his free throws. In the playoffs, you need that type of stuff, man. You need other guys to give you some type of lift, some type of boost. And on the Denver side, you only boost off the – well, to be quite honest, I must say, Tim Hardaway did give them a really big boost off the bench. 4 from 9 from the field, 16 points, hit all 3 of his threes, and he got to the free throw line hitting 5 from 8 from the free throw line. The biggest X factor in this game, to be quite honest, was Rudy Gobert. We got to give Rudy Gobert some love right quick, y'all. Hold on 1 second. Hey, Rudy. I'm going to give you respect, dog. People clown you when you don't do right, but you did your thing last night on that defensive end, my boy. You had Jokic on check. I got to call it what it is. You are... I'm going to say this first, though. I don't know what's going to happen next game or going forward. But I know this game right here, you did your job defensively, my boy. You didn't bring a lot offensively. And shout out to Ant-Man. He spoke in his press conference about how he challenged Rudy. He letting Rudy know, like, bro, you are a big piece of our team. Empowering Rudy, being a leader out there. And I thought that was very, very elite, in my opinion. Like, as the best player, you need someone out there that can do that. So let's talk about Rudy Gobert versus Jokic. Jokic really didn't do much when Rudy Gobert was guarding him. In the third quarter, when Rudy Gobert had to sit, that's when Jokic really picked up the pace. Now, it was one moment in the game where Gobert dunked the ball on Jokic, and then Jokic went right back at him. And I think that's the type of Jokic that Denver needs. You know, the first 2 games, he had only 6 points in the first half. I think he gets started offensively too late. You know, I think he's too good, and he dictates the game too much for him to have to play like that. Like, I think he has to be a little more aggressive offensively. And not trying to look to pass as much early on in the game. I think he has to try to be a lot more aggressive. I think he has to be like, just, you saw when he dunked the game, when he dunked the ball on Rudy at the end. That's what we need. We need you to start off the game like that, bro. We don't need you out here trying to just look for other players. We need you to be aggressive. Get Rudy in foul trouble. Get other players in foul trouble. They had Julius Randle on you. Get him in foul trouble. So I think Jokic had to be a little more aggressive offensively. Like, bring that dog out. And I think him taking his L, I think that's definitely going to bring that out, you know, because if you saw him at the end of that game, he did not like it. He did not like it at all. So we're going to see how he pops up this game because, whew, that was a bad L, I must say. That was a bad L on your home turf. You allow, okay, I see now. You allow these boys to come in here and get a dub on y'all. So Ant-Man is back in form, which is a scary sight for this this Nuggets team. They don't really have nobody to guard them, and they don't have no shot blocking. So Julius Randle and Ant-Man can literally go smack to the basket every time. And I feel like that's their strength, man. Use that to your advantage. They have nobody that can hang with you guys. Only person is probably Aaron Gordon. And he's too small for you, Randall, and too slow for you, Ant-Man. So I expect this to be a really good series. I do expect Jokic to answer, to respond. He might mess around and drop 40 next game. I'm just saying, he might drop 40 because he really can't be stopped. So we're going to see what happens. Timberwolves went in there, got them a dub, and now we all knotted up. So appreciate everybody that's been here with your boy.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.